Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the road to Larapinta. I'm Adrian.
I'm Claire.
And in about 20 weeks time in August, we are running 128 k's along the Larapinta Trail outside Alice Springs in a 4-day ultra event. We're taking you along for the ride and along the way showing you some of our preparation and training.
Yeah.
Today is a Sunday, so it's a long run day.
Yeah.
And today we're going to start to talk about the importance of nutrition and fueling.
Yay.
Which is something that is never far from your minds once the distance picks up.
It's also a really crucial part of training and performance.
Absolutely. So there are 3 areas really that you can break nutrition and fueling down. There's that sort of underlying baseline nutrition, what your regular diet is, what you're eating all the time, and that needs to be good and healthy. I've actually turned a corner on that recently. Previously I had a bit of a soft spot for major junk food groups. Kind of used running as an excuse to eat whatever I liked whenever I wanted, which wasn't good. The last couple of months I've cut that out completely. I have not been to McDonald's, KFC, etc. in several months, and I'm cutting out all the sugary Coke from my diet as well, which is making me feel better. How's your underlying diet?
I would say my underlying diet is pretty good. I'm very whole foods based, but I think recently I've been trying to eat a lot more protein. I think that's been my little goal, and I think I've been succeeding, so that's good.
Good. So, underlying nutrition is all good and improving all the time. What's the next thing we need to focus on?
Probably pre-run, and this is where I'm not good.
Pre-run. Yeah. So, to do any kind of reading or research on this, the advice is kind of clear. It's a good idea to eat something, a light breakfast or so, they say a couple of hours before exercising. Now, for anybody in middle of Europe with these mid-morning race starts, that's fine. That makes sense, and that might be easy enough to do. But around here, it's not so much. What time did we start running this morning?
How early? Oh, very early.
4:45.
4:45. Now, I don't know about you. I'm not that keen to get up at 2:30 to try and have some breakfast.
No, there's no way.
It's just not happening. But running fasted is not good.
It's not good, but I do it all the time, and I need to change that.
What did you have for breakfast today, Claire?
I did not. I'm going to have my gel.
You're quite mad, you know.
It's not good, guys.
I, however, have discovered
A secret.
a hack, a life hack to the magical workout breakfast. It's a can of rice pudding. Cold as is, straight from the can. Slam it down fast. It's sludgy rice and sugary, creamy stuff. Tastes pretty good. And that's 80 grams of carb in one hit. Very soft and digestible.
Oh, that's brilliant.
If you try this, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, give it a crack.
Give
See
it a
what you think.
review.
Because I think it's a winner, but I've not heard of anybody else endorsing it. So let us know if you're a nutritionist or a sports dietitian. Does that make sense? Tell us. The alternative is, of course, grab a banana to eat in the car on the way to wherever you're starting.
Yeah.
The old car banana.
Yes. Well done. Okay, guys.
So, apart from your failure to have pre-run breakfast, what other pre-run nutritional bits do we have? Carb loading. How do you feel about carb loading, Claire?
I'm not good, but I do try and incorporate a lot of carbs into dinner night before a long run. Some people can be really religious about doing, 3 days before a race, a big carb load. And I think, Adrian, you've done that before.
I did. Gold Coast last year, I really crammed the carbs the day before, and morning of I had a carby breakfast and a high carb sports drink before starting. I felt a little bit heavy and bloated on the start line, but by the time I was 5k's in,
Ooh, sorry.
that had kind of settled and I felt really good. So I quite like that. And at the end of the year in Auckland, once again I tried to really heavily carb load, and I may have overdone it.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, it's a bit of a delicate balance, and it's also a bit of practice.
Yeah, I didn't have any disasters, which you do hear about, but I did start to feel a little bit sick at one point, which is not ideal. So our underlying nutrition's good. We've done the right pre-workout breakfast, and then we're out running or we're in a race, whatever. How do we keep it going? Because we all know that after a certain distance our bodies run out of fuel, and we've got to keep throwing the carbs in.
Putting fuel in the tank. So, from a trail perspective, they just eat like food. Aid stations have actual food, but when you're road running, that's not what you do. We have gels. There's also electrolyte chews, but you've got to find what works for you. And as we discovered this morning as well, sometimes you've got to find flavors that work as well. So different brands offer different things, but they're basically all the same. They're just gels.
Oh, there are key differences.
There are key.
Some are thicker than others.
Yeah.
The Morton gels are very expensive. They don't have much flavour. They're quite easy to get down, but they're a bit chunky.
Yeah.
The Science in Sport gels are a lot thinner. You don't really need to drink anything with them. They go down really well. And there are some gels will come in 40 gram of carb packets and some in 25.
Yeah.
So you can adjust your carb intake that way. And then there's the subject of caffeine.
Yes.
And caffeine has definitely been shown to provide performance benefits. Some gels have very big caffeine doses. So the Morton caffeinated gels have got 100 milligrams of caffeine. Science in Sport beta gels have up to 200 grams of caffeine in milligrams of caffeine in.
Yeah.
Which is absolute rocket fuel. They set me on fire. You gotta be careful though. Some people have an extreme reaction
Extreme.
to caffeine and end up needing to make emergency stops.
You talking about poop?
I'm talking about poop.
So practice.
Bit of a delicate balance there.
Practice and make sure that your body knows how to deal with it.
And let us know your favourite gel brand.
If you own a gel brand,
Send us some.
send us some and we'll give them a review. So how often are you taking a gel on a run like this then, Claire?
Well, I probably shouldn't do this because I've been doing about the Ks today. But I try and take, like, if it's 32 Ks, maybe 3 gels.
Right. So about 75 grams of carbs over 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we look at the advice that's given out by sports nutritionists, and they suggest that for elite performance your intake should be between 70 and 100 grams of carbs per hour.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you this, but when I attempted to put in 100 grams per hour in Auckland with a mixture of gels and drinks, I couldn't handle it. I hadn't trained my gut to do it well enough. So I think in order to get in the number of carbs you need to really support good performance, you got to practice.
Yep.
And that's something that we don't do well enough because, well, quite frankly, it's a bit of a pain carrying lots and lots of gels.
It's very great.
So I will take 4 gels over the space of 3 hours. It's not really enough, but you got to find a balance. Got to find what works.
But that was just,
We're getting screaming.
I'm screaming. I got a blister. I just felt it pop in my shoe. And now it's really painful. Just Sunday long run things.
23 K's done, 9 to go,
Oh no.
and she's screaming already.
I can't do it. Look, this is good training for Larapinta, that's all I'm saying. Fuck. Alright.
Dig in.
Oh, gross. Okay.
So, nearly 28 K's done, about 4 to go. The screaming seems to have stopped.
Thank you. It has. I'm brave. Thank you.
You seem to have retreated into the world of whatever's coming out of your headphones
Yeah.
for motivation. But we're still ticking along. Okay. And the astute amongst you will have noticed that even if Claire is finding it tough today, I'm not leaving her behind like she did with me a couple of weeks ago. So, who's the better human here? Comment below. Let's see what we think.
Hello.
Right,
Well,
so that's the end of today. It's 32 K's done. Blister's survived.
yeah, thank goodness for that. Yeah, and to be honest, Adrian was picking it up in the last few Ks, so did I.
Yeah.
You know, not too bad.
Felt pretty
all
good
around.
towards the end.
Now we should definitely have a quick chat about post-run fueling. It's good to get something in you
Yeah.
quite quickly after your run. And actually, Coach Shiloh often has an up and go, so shout out to that idea.
Yeah, let's go and eat something.
Yeah.
All
See
right.
you next week.
Like, subscribe,
Yeah,
comment, tell us all sorts of wonderful things.
we're excited to
If
hear
you want to
from
see something, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.